Let us continue playing Motorsport Manager as we continue our winning start to the third... Actually, what season are we in? This is the fourth season now. Yeah, fourth season, second season within the Asian Pacific League, and we are currently on what is a pretty good start. 27 points out of things so far. We have Dulatev currently with 2 race wins, Renew with 1 race win. Overall, cannot complain how things have gone thus far. We're still also in good money position. We're getting $500,000 a race, which is good enough to allow us to continue development without running out like we were doing last time. Dulatev beats Cruise to Prol. Car condition update is now down to 12 hours. We will accept this interview. Should have been more careful. Alright, fair enough. I was basically only picking that to try and do that. Also, I'm not sure it was Dulatev. Wasn't it Renew I did the last late pit stop with? Because that's why, I mean, I was kind of covering off something, but apparently that didn't really work for us. Anyway, Dulatev takes the win there. Mori and Costa did unfortunately deny a second podium for Renew, but that's on me. So, part improvements as we go into Phoenix. So we need both wings and engines upgraded this time. So, both engines and all of our wings, I guess, is how we're going to do this. Thankfully, all these parts have been worked on, and they should all be reasonably high. In fact, I'm probably not going to go too mad on this. Possibly go 20 and 10 and see how we are in a few days' time. Maybe stop once things get closer to 80%. Or maybe just focus on new parts and that. We also have new sponsor offers, potentially. But we have, first off, a new suspension build. So this was pretty much an afterthought, really, but this now gives us 2 600-plus suspension parts, which, you know, clearly immediately upgrades Renew's car massively. So yeah, there we are, 661 to 658. Not a huge improvement in the grand scheme of things, but certainly enough. Okay, because everything there is into the 80s, what I think we're going to do now is we're going to actually start pushing up the other components that we're not really using right now. So possibly that. We might not build another suspension for a little bit. We might just keep things going as they are. Also put it up to 25 to 5, I guess. Continue the upgrades and also performance increase on that because might as well. Squeeze a little bit out of that. Engine front wing's fine, and we'll also try and improve the rear wing on Dulatev's car a little. Not masses of points, obviously, but hey, every little bit helps. That also is not really a sufficient reward for this. We can wait for a 4-star reward, which may even have happened now. Okay, so 1.5 upfront payment and 1.2 for a third or above position. That is probably our safety net position. It's the one we're probably going to go for. Immediately gets us the ability to make another component. So we're going to make another component. We can actually make a really good rear wing and actually get ourselves up to legendary parts on that front here. We can also, of course, go for a great engine upgrade, possibly go for this, which might help in future races, if not our current one. Actually, engine's not going to be engine's not going to be a major factor. It is obviously in this one, but we'll only have 7 hours to go and actually do anything to it. It might be better of us to just upgrade the parts that we are currently low on. I mean, especially the brakes. The brakes actually are really quick to do stuff with. And I can go 10-10. Which is still our best one because we need to mitigate that risk increase. Well, let's build this first one for now. It's only a minor upgrade, but hey, we'll take any minor upgrade we can. It's our weakest component as well. Continue. I'm just looking at the average for engines, and we're massively above that. We could even just push suspension, but we're already top, so going massively higher isn't necessarily a good idea. Okay, so there's one. That means I can replace this with a brake, so we shall do. And I think we might even just push this all the way to 30 now. 8 days to go. So yeah, we know these parts aren't particularly massively vital to us now, but getting them up through the order means there's less chance of them actually breaking on us in the race. So, should we design another brake? They're quite quick, and we do have the spare money for it. The downside is, of course, now this is the one that kills our reliability off. We can get ourselves up to that point, which is as good as we're going to manage for now. So, okay, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Right, continuing on. And where are we now with this? So both the rear wings are around the 80% mark. Let's push that away. Put that on, but I don't think we're going to get too much out of this. I suppose one day we could put it up to 40, but that's probably not massively worth it. We'll worry about that next time. Meanwhile, we'll just do that to try and just get those components up to somewhere reasonable. Both of these are up to 60%. Was I using the wrong one as well? I might have been doing the wrong one. Well, for the moment, we'll stick with that. Just have another day, see where we are. Okay, so, Phoenix. Engines are critical, rear wings are critical, low-speed corners are critical. We have 2 of these parts in abundance, and we are 6th best in this. This could very well be a very, very, very good racetrack for us. We're now 2nd on rear wing, so okay, maybe we want to be focusing there now. Design a new crucial rear wing, we can do that. And look at the risky stuff we can add. Okay, so let's go to that, which gives us a plus 40 and a minus 20 to max, which we'll work on. We'll then go for a plus 30. And I guess if we went a full plus 20, would that be good, or would be... No, okay, we'll take the plus 25 to max, so we've got some development room. But since the red, we're not too bothered about that. We'll then work on a new upgraded rear wing just to make sure we're there. Okay. Let's fit the parts to the cars. So, going brake-wise, we know we're not quite there yet, so what we'll do is we will go there and there. Engine-wise, we're probably fine as is. Front wing's fine as is. Rear wing is fine as is. Gearbox is fine, and we just now need to go and upgrade Renew to there. So actually they're both quite happy with the car. Dualtev is massively happy with the car. And as we can see, we've now moved above the average in deceleration. Still 2nd best on the grid, but we're best on 2 parts. Hopefully 5th overall. We can probably make this work for ourselves. Alright, Phoenix. And we're going to target 3rd and above, because it's actually the same as targeting 1st and above. Except that it isn't. This gets us slightly more for some reason. Well, not going to complain. Let's go racing. Oh, this is the high-speed one. Okay. So this is the one we like. Oh, no, it is the slow-speed one. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's the one I don't mind. I don't know, there's something to be said for the oval side of this track. I kind of like it. We won there, of course, which is a possible reason why we like it. But can we make it 4 out of 4? It's probably starting to get a little to the silly end for that, but we'll see. So, our setup for this one, we've got a 17, a 26.5. We've then got... Am I looking? Oh no, I thought I was looking at Dubai there, but I'm not. Okay, 75, 88. And tyre choice, Renew can go out on the softs. Dualtev, 17.5. 17.5? Yes. No, it's 26.5 and 17. I can't even remember what I'm setting up just moments ago. My memory is clearly terrible. And 75.88. Okay, tyre choice, we'll keep him on the mediums. So we'll go on slightly different setup plans for the moment. We will take the practice. And we will send out Renew. So he is going on quali stints, which makes sense. Off he goes. Dualtev is going to go on a race stint, which again makes sense. Off we go. We'll swap them around a little bit later, but for now, that seems perfectly fine to me. So So 20 minutes to just get the setup as good as possible. And leveling all 4 things at once for a change. Of course, some things will level faster than others. Of course, we may want to switch focus onto the soft tyre at some stage. And hopefully the setup's not too different from how it was last year for us. So Renew's not getting away from us, actually, as it turns out. He's on softs on a quali run, Dulatev on a race run on mediums. And the gap is not really that significant, is it? It'll be interesting to see how much of an advantage we actually hold here, but of course, in practice, we always seem slightly faster than we do in qualifying. Though whether that's down to their abilities or not, we will find out. So, they are slower than us by a significant margin here, but I'm just looking at the only soft runner. Sylvander is not in a Tier 1 car. Jan's the Tier, Leclerc might be. I guess we're waiting for Costa and Costa, McLeod, Maury, Nightingale. They're the 4 that I'm actually interested in. They're on the soft tyres, but they're not beating our times at the moment. Oh, Costa does. Costa goes slightly quicker. It looks good, though. I'll be honest. It looks good. Okay, so we have medium run 1, 89% shown. Let's go for a click on handling and a click on... a couple of clicks on gear ratios. We're going to try that. We'll also adjust the gearing slightly and go a little lower and see where that takes us at the moment. It's a bit of a long lap, so we may eventually just swap to concentrating on the soft tyre, but I would like to get medium to level 1 at least, just in case. And if we get time towards the end, we'll level that up even further. And that's also probably our last qualifying run that we're going to do with Renew, and the rest we'll concentrate on race trim. At least until we get to the end again. So where's Dulatev? Dulatev's got 2 more laps to go in his stint. Currently 6th fastest overall. Renew has dropped to 4th. Nightingale now drops up into P2. There's traffic around which is probably affecting both lap times right now, but Renew's very happy with setup so far by the look of it. Maury goes fastest. Race trim 1 has been gotten. Medium tyres 1 has been gotten. And Renew finishes his lap, remains 5th. I don't think he improved that. Dulatev currently drops to 9th, but I'm sure he's only done mediums. Everyone above him has done soft running. Okay, so Dulatev going out on the long stint initially has affected him somewhat, but he's already at 93, so that's not too bad. Downforce is the thing that's most out. Now we lowered the downforce slightly. Did we raise the downforce? I can't remember what we did with Dulatev now, with Renew now. Let's put the downforce up to there, or lower it down to there. That does move both the handling and the speed. We'll just click that 1 to there. I don't think it's much out if it's going to be anything, but we'll try it like that. Race trim and onto softs. And halfway through our allotted time. So meanwhile, in comes Renew. Triple great. Okay, that's a bit better. How's the percentage? 95. So is that an improvement in all categories? I think it must be, because we were great in all of them. Haven't really adjusted the downforce much, I guess. But I think then, looking at that, the handling needs to go up another click this way towards understeer. So I think I've set up, from this, I've set up Dulatev slightly wrong. And top speed is better at the top end. So let's go and just raise the gear ratio another click and lower the downforce a tad just to rebalance things. Right, race trim for Renew, and we're going to stay out on that same set of soft tyres because we're suicidal. And race trim is slightly more important to us than quali trim right now. Though on very old, very worn, which we're going to now back up on. Very worn tyres. This is going to be quite interesting to see how long you can keep these going on this sort of setup. Possibly more interesting is where's Dulatov going to end up in terms of lap time. Purple is green in Sector 1. His fastest best. He should be green in all sectors in fairness, because all his runs are on mediums. Race trim 2. Crosses the line, goes up to P5. Actually does overtake Dulatov's best time. Renew's best time. Why do I keep calling you Dulatov? It's because I expect Dulatov to be doing well. Okay, loving the handling. Soft tyre's nearly done, so I might bring him in and then we'll see if we can do a quick quali run to set things up. In fact, yeah, we'll bring Renew in now. He's done quite a lot on those soft tyres, so we can have him now move on to quali runs. So I'm sure Dulatov will get to level 3 on that, so it makes sense. He also has maxed out his setup knowledge, so all the hints are given. Oh, we made that worse by the look of it. Yeah, we have. Okay. So it's in the middle there somewhere. Okay, well let's lower that by a couple of clicks. That puts us in the middle of a 2. See, that was great. So we're quite close to that, and we're in the middle of a 2 goods. So I think that's okay. Great. So I think we want to be in the middle of that as well. Possibly to there. We're still kind of... And also we want to affect the downforce slightly, so let's go like that. So that was great, that was great. So we've hit greats on all of them, which suggests we probably want somewhere in the middle, but we'll actually go up a little bit. Maybe it's a fairly wide area, but I think we even probably made that worse. Anyway, quali stint and medium tyres. And we should hopefully get Dulatov in before he before the session ends, so we will be able to send him out for one last setup chance. Race trim 3. In fact, we'll bring him in now. There's no point. There's no need for him to be out there and learning things we don't need. So it will give us a chance to get some quali. It might get us quali trim 2. Might get us medium tyres 2. Gives us a couple of options, perhaps. Okay, that's not bad. So we've now got the speed balance in the right place. We got the downforce on the target. So clearly we need to actually be a bit more focused on this. So down to there. That was great. That was great. So going roughly in the middle is probably not too bad an idea. That might be too far. So that was great. That was good. Okay, we'll try it like that. Quali trim and medium tyre. Actually, no, we'll keep you on the soft because you're using it now, and that will save that little bit of setup. Might be able to just squeeze a lap in, although that's looking slightly dodgy for that now. I realise I could have swatched to mediums and should have swapped to mediums, but hey. Maximising our time to get quali free is probably more important. As it happens, he won't get round, but... Renew might be able to have a shot at one lap just getting round, but yep, there we go. So we'll finish that off, and that might just get us our level 3 setup if we're very lucky. Nah. At best we're going to get medium 2, but unlikely to be using that. So that's that done. Excellent, great for setup as well. Medium tire knowledge up to level 2. Okay, qualifying time then. I think I'm actually going to skip qualifying. I know it sounds a bit silly, especially as we don't know what they're quite going to do with this, but it'll also save time for the video, so... We have good components for this, we'll just have to see whether it's enough. So, soft tyres, qualifying bonus, and soft tyres, qualifying bonus. Car setup, is going to be 97 there, which is fine for us. New set of softs, and we'll go to this, and new set of softs. Okay, continue. We will simulate the session. So Renew seems to have the lead of things here. We'll have to see. Renew. Oh, wow, that's a good start. Dulatev is miles in front. Or was miles in front. He was 6 tenths ahead of Renew, obviously, at that point. Let's see where they come out again. Now they do. Dulatev for a second pole position in succession here. Renew hoping to improve on P5. Does not. Does anybody else improve? No, that was okay from us. We wasted two. We did 2 sets of soft, but we would expect that anyway. Okay then. Dulatev, qualifying man, is top ahead of the 2 Chariot Racing team drivers. And that means we have half of our reward, so that's 600,000 coming in, and we'll hope to get the other half here. So, race trim and soft tyres. No point in going with anything else particularly. And I think race trim soft tyres here as well. We'll keep our performance boost as high as we can. Setup wise, probably we double. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I might be thinking of somebody else at that point. So 25 laps of fuel. We're currently holding 20, and we know the tyres will last 11. So this is a 2-stop strategy here, medium soft. You could possibly make an argument that we can make this a double soft strategy, but I think what we'll do is we'll put 10 laps of fuel in the car, and we'll hope to do 9 laps, and then just go put on the mediums and race to the end. I guess you could do a 3-stop strategy here, but I don't see the need to. So Renew, kind of the same thing really. He can only do 8 laps on his tyres, of course, so who will cut him down by a lap? Maybe he might not be able to make this work unless he goes double medium. It seems like a very weak-minded strategy, though, to do this. So I think we are going to stick him on the soft and see how long he can make them last. But we're going to assume he's not going to be able to last as long as Dulatev. So in fact, we're going to give him 1 lap less, but we are expecting him to not quite go so mad here. Dulatev will, of course, go attack from the line. Renew, we're going to try to run the tyres easily here. He can go into higher engine modes, but we're expecting that he's going to have to try and make those tyres last for himself. So currently we're seeing the disadvantage of tyre heating so far, which has been something that's kind of been plaguing us this season a little bit. Not much I can really do about that. We decided to focus on tyre wear, and that's just how it works. Alright, Dulatev makes another great start. Okay, let's see how Renew's doing. Renew made a good start, but seems to get bogged down there, and he's going to stay in 6th position. I think we can push to start. We'll just get Renew's tyres warmed up, but we're going to be conserving with him. Sneaks up the inside for 5th and 4th. Okay, that was a great start by him there. So he's now sandwiching the Chariot Racing drivers. And currently the gap 1.5. Let's speed up time a little bit. See what happens with the gaps. And I think Renew will also now just start to ease off on his tyres a little bit. Actually, no, we'll keep them warming. Keep them warming, we'll actually go on the attack. See if we can't force our way into 3rd here. And also defending 5th. We've got to worry about that. We'd like a double point score if we can do it. In he comes, on the attack, around the outside, not able to make it stick. Tries the inside cut there, not able to make it work. Dulatev is pushing quite well at the moment. We'll go down to medium-high for him. And we'll also go down to medium-high for Renew. Trying to squeeze in the inside somewhere. There's 4 cars here. And I think Nightingale's the slowest of these 4. But there we go. Just spotted his tyres, unfortunately. Maybe we'll go down to medium running here. Neutral. You can possibly afford to push the... Oh, virtual safety car. Okay, that's going to just buy us a little bit more. Going to ignore that. It's only lap 2. So, Dulatev just crossed the line. He's got 7.5 laps of fuel left, so he can still go quite hard into this. Yeah, it was one of the Garudas who's just crashed Sevilla. Okay, Renew back to high. Dulatev, high as well. Just off the start. Want to just maintain the advantage of 6 seconds if we can. Yeah, Dulatev's tyre wear is going quite well here, but he is now getting to the stage where his tyres are warming up a little too fast. So let's keep on the highs because we want to burn that half lap of fuel off. And we'll go mediums on Renew, who is starting to lose ground to the top 3. 6.4 is the gap to the leader at the moment, so that's a reasonable, that's a respectable lead. 6 seconds is fine. It's enough to cover errors. We know we're not likely to be suffering as many mechanical ailments as we did in the previous racing, and we're now already starting to conserve our components a little bit. Something that Renew is also going to start doing. Renew is going to be in before Dulatev. We knew this from the start of things, but I just got to check on where Vuel is for Dulatev here. He thinks he can go to lap 9 on that Vuel. I think he can probably go to lap 9 on that Vuel anyway. Let's start saving. See if we can't squeeze an extra half lap in somewhere. I know medium suggests we can probably do the lap itself, but you never know. Half a lap of Vuel might be the difference at some point in this race. 6 seconds is the gap, so Murray catching us up. He's got slightly better tyres. Nightingale has ridiculously good tyre wear right now, I'm just noticing. So by going aggressive early, as we kind of ruined our long-term race pace, Murray goes fastest. So Murray's pushing. Renew's probably the worst on tyre wear, but he's also coming in about 3 laps. Let's just see where we are as he crosses the line. He's got 2.7 laps of fuel in this car. Gap to the leaders down to 4.5. But I think Dulatev's got this in hand for the moment. The tyre wear's advantage is now kind of neutralised itself, so 4.2 is the gap. 3 laps to go, which is only really going to be 2. I think now is the time we can start going push aggressive on Renew here, because he's probably going to be in at the end of this next lap. He's got a mighty task ahead of him, really, if he's going to go much further than this. Yeah, he's going to have a mighty task of this, so we're going to go overtake and we're going to pit and go on to mediums. Yeah, 17 laps. Okay, maybe we don't go on to mediums here. I think we go back on the softs for 8 laps. Or 9 laps. Yeah. Softs for 9 laps. Go for this stint here and the mediums. Fast and just see what he can do from there. Dulatev will try to go a bit longer. In fact, we are probably going to try and push Dulatev a lap or 2 longer and just try and one-stop this. Be on the medium tyre next. And see how that works for us. One stopping again. It's never been a really good strategy for us in terms of things, but we'll see. Need to see where his fuel load light is out. Okay, they're pitting. Okay. So they've had enough of these tyres, and that suggests they are not. They are going to go for a a 2-stop rather than a 1-stop. Here, though, we're looking to see whether we can get Dulatev anywhere near good condition here, and I should probably move on to Renew and go low and back up to save some tyres on the outside. So there he goes into 6th. Okay. Medium, off you go. And he will stay in 7th place with a number of drivers ready and able to do stuff. Dulatev then. 8.5 ahead of Nightingale, who is staying out. Nightingale has the tyres to start catching us up a little bit here, but we're just easing around this circuit now, and there we go. Okay, now we can go medium and probably stay conservative at the moment to be on the safe side. Then we will pit. We will pit for a set of mediums, which we think we can do 15 laps on. No, it's going to be ambitious, this one, but we'll have to see. Nightingale did pit as well, so everybody's kind of pitted except Dulatev. Be interesting to see what things are here. So 30.3 is the gap behind us. I think we might end up coming out behind here by going this long. Renew's back up in the 5th on the medium, on the soft tyre, doing his own thing. So he kind of needs to attack here if he can. We're not trying to attack with him necessarily, but we are thinking about things in that nature. Let's go low on fuel, save it a little bit if we can. With Dilatev now, he's in the pits. Alright, out he comes. He's going to come back in second place. Let's go medium conserve, and off we go. So we got 3.5 seconds to Mori. And Mori's already used a quarter of his tyre wear by the look of that. What's he on there? Yeah, that's 80% tyre wear already, and basically, so he's almost certainly going to have to stop again. If we're very careful with Dilatev, I think we can go high actually for the moment. Just try and make sure we don't lose too much to Nightingale, who will challenge us, no doubt about that. So will Renew actually the way we're going. Vidal's one of the medium starters. He's the highest up of the medium starters, and is probably going to start causing Renew some issues now that he's into range. But Dilatev, well, he's got excess fuel, might as well go with that. Renew is just hoping to stick out on this one here. We'll go to backup and medium fuel, since we know the driver in fourth is pitting and we can afford to be a little more conservative. And now Dilatev is about to be pressured. We know that both the driver in front of us and the driver behind us are likely to have to pit again. We are not going to be doing that, but this does mean we are going to be slower at this point in the race. What we can't afford to do is lose too much tyre wear battling. We do have Renew being on a bit of a charge right now. That would help us out. How much spare fuel has Renew got? Renew has enough fuel to start overtake attack. So, okay, let's start pushing a little bit, see if we can't get Renew a little closer. Help ourselves out a little bit. Meanwhile, Dilatev and Nightingale are still battling quite close. And we're actually closing in on first place again because his tyres are starting to go. Is he being a bit more conservative? Not as conservative as we are, in all fairness. Okay, crossing the line. Out comes Renew as well. 4 laps to go then. So Renew has 4 laps of fuel on board. That's probably fine. That gets us very much into strategy window, so Renew can now go downgrade to medium. He's brought himself into contention. Everybody in those top 3 has to stop again, with the exception of Dilatev. But Dilatev is going to be a pit stop minus 4 seconds ahead. But on worn tyres. They're going to come in for softs is the only possible conundrum of this one. Is that a better strategy than staying out? We'd save the time, obviously, from making the pit stop, but we're going to be a lot slower than they are. Mind you, Renew's not exactly making waves into us right now. The problem is we're battling. That's what's slowing us up here. We're actually bringing Renew back into play here, which is quite nice for him. The downside from Renew's perspective is I think he is at the point where now he's only got 2 more laps to try things. If we stop, we basically surrender the lead, really, is the thing here. I think the way we're going, though, if we have Renew push a little harder here, go on to high, go on to mediums, and start putting pressure on that 3rd place slot. That might buy Dilatev a little bit of breathing space and allow him to just pull away a little bit. He's got much fresher tyres than the car in front. Tyre wear not helping lap times, I know it isn't. But you've done your job quite well there, in all honesty. Let's try. We've got to pit Renew at the end of this lap. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we can go to full overtake mode and pit. We'll run out of fuel if he does that. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll go high, save a bit of fuel. Pit, new set of softs. 7 laps of fuel remaining at the end of the race, so we'll put 7 laps of fuel in the car. No parts urgently need repairing, with the possible exception of the brakes. But I think we'll have to gamble that one. Meanwhile, Dilatev still showing 68% tyre. Oh, and they're now coming in. Okay. Is Mori coming in as well, or is Mori trying to hold this off? I think Mori's trying to hold this off. Let's go. No, we'll stick with what we got for the moment. In fact, we'll go overtake for a lap or so. with Diletev, trying to lower that gap a little bit. 7.1 currently. So Mori goes around. Mori does not have a lot of tyre wear left. Here's where possibly the pit stop strategy might work for us then, because I mean, we got Renew currently attacking that, so let's not go mad on this. Let's stick with what we know, and what we know is Diletev on high conserve is probably still the best plan. Renew in the pit lane. Mistake on the tyre, and that has meant that Renew is going to come out behind. So a bit of work to do then if we're going to make this stick. Nightingale is ahead on mediums. That's potentially critical. So mediums versus softs in this last battle then. This will give us an indicator of how much faster they are. Diletev's still losing time here. And that's a little worrying considering things. Do we just go all out attack from here and then just pit for tyres? I think that's the plan. Diletev, we've got 8.7 seconds to make up here. Let's go for it. Because while we could definitely make it... Oh, actually, no. Hold on. We can definitely make it, but we're not making any head roads. Costa is a long way behind us. 8 seconds. He's going to lose at least 20 in the pit stop. So he's going to be a long way behind us. We got half tyre wear. Pretty much. It's just... this is a tricky one here. 5 laps, 0.3 remaining in the thing. So we're going to be running out of excess fuel short. Oh, we actually now are getting on him massively here. So he's had a moment. Nightingale is the fastest, 33 seconds behind the leader. About 27 seconds behind us. That's what I'm really worrying about here. And here I think we now have to go to backup plan. Okay, here we go then. Let's burn the excess fuel here, because now this every bit of moment we can here is going to be advantageous. So this is when we need to push it. As soon as we see that excess fuel meter go off, we switch back. And then Diletev tries his run. Renew is closing. Oh, he's been in there for miles. Okay, so this now is a free... This now is a race here. I think Costa has to pit. I'd be stunned if Costa does not have to pit. We're 28 seconds ahead, clear. I think this is a pits time. Pit for soft tyres. No need to do anything about the fuel. And just do that. So we come out behind, but we're now on much, much fresher tyres. We haven't lost anything because I think Costa's still got to pit. And now there's no catching us. There is no catching us now. Double mediums with the right amount of fuel, excess fuel in fact. I've got to worry about... I nearly have to worry about Renew though. Though hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe. Well, we'll see. You can probably go low a little bit here while he's currently challenging for third, but Los Parts is getting worrying. Oh, maybe he will try to go to the end, but look at the amount we're gaining on him. The amount we are gaining back here, and even Renew is now looking to just storm up, even with the conservative mode on. 0.5. I don't think Diletev is going to fail to get past him here. We're on brand new soft tyres. Let's actually attack on these soft tyres here. Let's make sure this happens. I've even got excess fuel. I could just go attack mediums. Attack high. Oh, come on. Don't tell me we're going to fail this. Double overtake. There we go. You had me worried there for half a moment, game. Right, meanwhile... Burnout. Burnout time. We know we're on low fuel, but Costa is right... Oh, that's... Okay, we're up to third. Not going to get the 1-2 by the look of it. Let's just stick on Dulatev for the moment here, because I think that is 1, 2, 3 secured. Dulatev picks up his 3rd win of the season. Renew joins him on the podium. Excellent race from 5th to 3rd. Had a potential challenge on Nightingale, but ultimately was running low on fuel. I pushed him a little hard to get the distance up. Maury, I don't know what happened. He must have had so much repairs required in the pits, because that was the only reason we pitted for softs. And that nearly actually messed us up, really, in a lot of ways, but still. Costa finished 7th after all that fall off. That's just, you cannot run the tyres that long. But geez, did he try, and that could nearly have worked. That could actually have been us if we'd have kept Dulatev out, so... I don't know, we definitely secured 2nd. Even if we'd lost the lead, we'd secured 2nd. But 4 wins out of 4. We are definitely now competing for this championship. Both of them, actually, as it turns out. And we're still only the 5th best car, apparently, on paper. So yeah, both cars hit the target of 600,000. We now are top 2 in the championship overall, and we are 24 points clear at the top. McNeil Racing suck more than a vacuum cleaner. So, Season 4, Race 4, Win 4. And this was, yeah, it's clearly the black and red paintwork. Clearly. Maybe when we go up to the Formula 1 League, we'll have to just go back to the rhubarb and custard look, just because we know it's the barely surviving colour scheme. But still, all the pluses. Few additional pluses for Dulatev, and an increase with the relationship with Hugh Gosselin. Another percentage on our marketability, and 1.6 million coming in. It's easy to be in the black when you keep winning, and have sponsor targets which allow you to do this. Speaking of sponsor targets, let's wait for it to actually finish saving. Please save. Thank you. So we have new slots coming in from the next few races, so we'll want to be trying to squeeze this up to 5 stars if we can do it. Race in Vancouver is gonna be lightning storms. So huzzah! Finally we're gonna get a wet race to see me fail completely at wet weather strategies. That might prevent us from winning. It turns out though in the standings, that is pretty decisive, I think, there. Dulatev, in all the races he has finished, he has won. So, until the next time.